I should have done this first, but I forgot. So I'm gonna go spray this, but I do it in the sink. Put that down, put the lid on. I love these. Oh, wrong size. Oh no. Oh my goodness. Why on earth would anybody take the lid? That is so freaky. My lid, which is always back there with this container, it's used to make bread and nothing else, is missing. I'll just use some plastic wrap, although that's not sticking to it. Okay, let's see. Tin foil on top of that. Hopefully my lid returns. I'm just going to put this over in the corner. And I'm not sure if you saw that I realized once it was in the thing to rise that I had left out the salt. So I had to put salt on it and then just knead it to get the salt through. And you're not supposed to knead it. So I don't know if that's going to be ruined. We'll find out if I'm able to pull that off. Okay, so let's work on this. And I think we're just going to clean the kick plates first, because I have been dreading that, and every time I get a little look at them, I'm going, ugh. And it really won't be too bad to do that. Okay, I've just got a bowl of water here with some liquid Dawn, and then I've got the paper towels, because if I run into dog hair, that's the only thing that I could use that will really get it out. The cloth just kind of stirs the dog hair around. Oops, see, there I am first thing. Probably see a lot of dog hair. The kitchen is her house. Always has been since she's a puppy. She likes to go outside and lay on the front lawn. My husband's out there working. She loves to be out there. Well, she loves it when I'm out there doing yard work. She'll just stay right with me. She loves to just lay on the lawn and look around, and she doesn't go anywhere. She just stays there. Ooh, this is dirty. Well, yeah, this needs to be done. If I was really one of those clean people, I would be doing this on a regular basis. This is an example of why you can know that it looks on YouTube like everybody's house is really clean. It's just that the camera doesn't pick it up. Lots of dog hair, I can see that already. Anyway, I was saying though, she likes to go out when we're outside and things. And my daughter said, why don't you ever let her just run around the house? She looks so lonely down there. Like, she doesn't like it. Like, sometimes she'll get out, come upstairs, where Gary and I are watching TV. She'll lay down for a minute. She'll be there for maybe 10 minutes. And she wants to go back downstairs and go to her house. But our last dog had free reign of the house, and she kept having accidents everywhere. Now, this dog really never did have accidents. Collies are great dogs. They're so gentle with kids, and ours almost never bark. So people come to our house, they have no idea I have a dog. And usually when I time things, I realize, oh my gosh, I was making too much out of nothing. That didn't take so long. But it always builds up in my mind to be much worse than it actually ends up being. It's not my favorite thing to climb around on the floor, though. Yeah, the worst thing is the dog here. That's one thing. When you get down here, you realize, I've been wiping off the cabinets, but I haven't been looking at from the bottom side. So there's things I missed. There's something in there. Okay, this is dirty here, but we shouldn't be surprised. It's by the stove. I wish I could lay down on my stomach, but I wouldn't do that. I'm gonna take my glasses off, though. Something definitely spilled right in this spot, and so I've got all these hard spots. Got my hair in the water. Oh boy. Spit. Okay. That was fast. We just have this one and the one over there with the dishes, and it's not as bad as I thought. Here is the biggest problem. Whoa, look at all that hair. Okay, I have one more. This is over in her corner. She likes to lay behind the table under the window on the vent. And then she likes to lay right here where the camera is. And so when we come in, you have to make her move because she's right in the way. But I think she does that because she wants to get petted as soon as we enter. All right. Woo! Right now we'll touch up the cabinet paint. It's really not hard to do. I keep some extra paint in a little spice jar. I just wipe over, I just brush over these little spots. I realized I haven't done this for a year, which is why they're in that great shape. I just keep a little brush and this paint, this little spice jar in the bathroom cabinet, so it's really easy to get to. Then I just stir it up before I paint. And that's all there is. This drawer right here gets the worst because of the silverware. It doesn't look perfect because the cabinets were sprayed and he sprayed them with an enamel paint, so it's held up really well. It's just these crazy spots where we're knocking it and everything, so it doesn't look flawless, but it looks good enough. It sure looks better than the chips. But I remember him saying, yeah, you can't actually use a brush with this kind of paint. Like if you're going to paint it from the beginning, you have to use a sprayer, which I could see because of the finish. But I said to him, oh, well, should I have an extra gallon or something? He said, no, you won't even begin to use this little bit I'm leaving you. And he was right about that. These are the worst. You can see stuff like that gets thrown in there. I'll probably have to come back and go over these a couple of times. These cabinets are made of solid hickory, and they have that kind of old-fashioned line. And I asked the painter, what do you think? Do you think I should get new doors? He's like, oh no, these are solid wood. Any new doors you get would be just cheap. They're just like press board. I said, these cabinets will last you forever. He was right about that. You know, and now of course the cabinets that were out of favor at the time are now back in favor. And I think a lot of it was the fact that the cabinets didn't go to the ceiling. I've said this before, but some people hate the fact that white cabinets show the dirt, and I love it because it taught me to look for the dirt. When I had those other cabinets, they were kind of a medium brown, and you really didn't see the dirt. I didn't realize until I had these paint cabinets. I knew the cabinets looked worn, the finish looked worn, so they had to be painted or refinished or something, particularly the Spanker drawers. But after I got these painted, then I was like kind of embarrassed. Oh my gosh, my cabinets were just filthy. Filthy, filthy, filthy all of those years. And I did not know it. You know, every once in a while I'd clean them off just because I felt like I needed to, but I did not realize. Okay, this is the worst one, as you can imagine, because you're just, you know, you're at the dishwasher and you just, I try not to throw them, but I think other people may drag it over that. So this is always the worst. And it was in the worst condition when we had it painted too. But look how much better that's looking. I always feel so good after I've done this. It makes me feel accomplished. Okay, let's go over and do this bank right here. Okay, let's do these. The condition really is dependent on what's inside the drawer. It's not bad. You know, it's held up pretty good. It was in worse shape a year ago. The drawer needs to be wiped out, but I'm not doing that. It's so easy, just, you know, it's like a rabbit trail. You see something and you're like, oh, that needs to be wiped out. So you stop what you're doing to do that. And then you don't get what you're doing finished, or you get all worn out or something. So I always have to say that to myself. I'm not doing that today. Seems kind of silly, but it helps. This is such a satisfying little drawer. This one mostly just gets dirty. So I need to make sure I don't just paint over chips of dirt, little spots of dirt. The top of these cabinet doors are really chipped. It's almost like pointless to do it because the cabinet, particularly down there, the cabinet just knocks it off. But I always try. I'm going to sit on a chair. This one has lots of chips because it's where our garbage cans are kept. It's not even 12:30 yet. And I took a break in between cleaning the kick plates. No, Magic Eraser will take that off. Okay, one more bottom cabinet. All the bottoms. This is where the microwave is. You could see it's like, because people get in there all the time, open this to get spices and baking things. And so then their fingers knock against that spot right there. Same thing over on this side. We don't get in this cabinet much at all. So it's where people's hands, where their nails have knocked the corners. This cabinet isn't open very much, so. Took 34 minutes to do that. So I've touched up the cabinet paint. We'll look up here and see what I've got. This is actually a cabinet that needs to be decluttered, so here we go. I'm just going to wipe these out while we're doing it. Get this organized. See if there's anything in here that needs to go away. Well, this was on my list of things to do, so there you go. Okay, that needs to go downstairs. We have our major food storage downstairs. Okay. Perfection. This is garlic. Oh, this will make me sneeze probably. Make sure my hand is very dry. I wonder if we have any more. If we don't have any more, isn't that weird how, what a different color that is? The werewolves have left the building. Is it? Yeah, it's werewolf. Like Dracula. I think it's like Dracula. They're the ones that hate garlic, right? Prima tartar. This is a bottle I have to refill pretty regularly. That's why I got this in reverse alphabetical order. So the A's are here. I had a good reason at the time for doing that. It just seemed easier for me to see. I was like, what? And now we're used to it. This is good. These all needed to be wiped off.
See ya.
See ya. I think we almost never use this one. Oh, wait a minute. That would be over there with the baking stuff. This is, oh, wow. I know people kind of worried about me doing this because I thought those bottles would get all oily. Really don't. The cooking stuff goes straight up onto the cabinets. This doesn't get that dirty in there. They do get a little dirty, but not much, and I wipe them off. But we also don't use the back burners very often. And the reason we don't care if we have a vent, a fan, it's because when we were getting this kitchen ready to be painted, we realized, wait a minute, the fan that we have on that microwave is going nowhere. It was all just going up inside that cabinet. So the inside of the cabinet was just atrociously dirty. I just really didn't realize that. It's sticky. But you can see these big containers. It's far more cost effective to buy them this way. But having to try to dig through a cabinet, I've tried Lazy Susans and all of that, and it worked when I just had little bottles, but as soon as these bigger bottles started coming into the house, so I've really liked this. And so if I get this organized in here, so it will be easier for me to find out if we've got that stuff. To do something else that kind of puts you ahead, it's really productive, like yes. And this is, uh-oh, what are you doing, Stella? This is some of the stuff that he likes. I could have sworn I did that one. Oh, I did. I just didn't put it back. And cayenne. Boy, I don't want to get that on me. There is something so satisfying about doing this. You actually do use all these spices. People say, why do you have so many spices? I'm like, we have the ones we use, so we use a lot. Oh, gosh. That's not going to quite work. She told me yesterday when I picked her up from school that she was like, she was afraid she was getting grandma's thing. Look at that cute fan you've got.
I know.
That's cute.
I know what? It's like a nice one.
I tell you what, this is so expensive. You buy it in town and some of these like this, I ordered on Amazon. So then it will come directly from the manufacturer, the farm, whoever it is. You get a lot, but boy, is it less money. Okay, I'm starting to get down to the ones that I need to buy. I don't have a bottle for sage. That's nuts that I don't. Okay, I don't have these. It's baking season. Find what I need here. The camera needed a little recharge, and so did I. So I put in my grocery order with all my spices. So that's good. I'm really glad I did this because I had some very important spices that I'm going to need as I prepare for Thanksgiving dinner. So if you haven't done this yet, I recommend that you do. So now I just want to organize this cabinet in some way where I can find things in the future. Weird ones that Gary likes up here. And oh, here's one more. How am I doing this? How am I going to do this? I don't know. It's like alphabetically. I know what I did before, just stuffed them in there, wasn't working out. Oh, this is hard. Maybe alphabetically really is a good solution. Now I'm just going to have to explain how this works.
I have a witching finger.
Wow, that's really something.
Today's all about trick-or-treating.
Oh, yeah, well, it is. You're right. Onion stuff there. So I'm going to move that stuff over there.
What if the apes were Kool-Aid? For Halloween, were Kool-Aid, and they gave our whole class little Kool-Aid packets.
They did.
Yeah.
Oh, no, what is this up here? Celery flakes. That should be thrown away. Should go downstairs. It was up there on the top because that bag is so big. I am glad I decided to look at that third shelf. I could have ended up with another bag like that very easily. But you see, it doesn't fit in there well. Fill the spice bottles and clean out the spice cabinet. I got 4 things from my list done. So yes, feels so fantastic to have that done. I hope I see you next time. Bye.